So, that being said, let's begin. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Zee and Zed Show. My name is Zee.
And I am Zed.
And we just got back from MRRF. So what is MRRF?
In person.
What is MRRF?
What is MRRF? The MidWest RepRap Festival.
Yes, it is.
In
Goshen, Indiana.
Some people call it a family reunion with 3D printers. And it was quite a reunion because we actually got to meet. So I don't know if
it was nice to see you.
It was a union.
A lot of fun.
So, yeah, I got to hug Zombie. He got to hug me, actually. That's the way it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we had so much fun. We had so much fun. We're gonna show a slideshow in a little bit, but what were your like big impressions? Of just your experience. Yeah.
So I went to Rocky Mountain RepRap Fest, and that seemed kind of like a typical, well, not typical, but kind of like a trade show event where people are going to show their products off, and very like product focused or larger projects. This felt more like a bunch of people bringing their printers and just having fun. Like that's what it seemed like. There were of course companies who went displaying their stuff, trying to sell, but overall the kind of vibe was more or less just people having fun and just everyone's chatting and getting to meet each other, getting to see each other again. So what did you think of it?
I had been to MRRF, so the East Coast RepRap Festival, which is a little more not corporate.
It's definitely more trade show. Yeah.
It is more set up to be more of a trade show. It is like a lot of time together in the evenings and stuff like that. But this one was like it felt sort of like a tailgate party. And
right.
But a lot, what I really enjoyed was there was a lot of making and a lot of the whole RepRap spirit. There were people that had built printers, there were people building printers, there were lots of projects on the go, and I think companies that might have missed out on this, they really did miss out because there were lots of people. There were people that were ready to spend their money and ready to to try out new projects and test out new things, and I thought it was a fantastic event. So we were there representing Polymaker. We had a team of people, including James, Disturbed Medic, also Joel, Nightcore. He helped out as well. And then we had all sorts of other people that are involved in Polymaker, including Scott, that's Edge of 3D, and several other people that helped put things together. K2 Kevin did the giant Polymaker logo and also helped me put together some of the setup on Friday, and Glendon helped, and Fix Some Dude helped, and it was a community effort, and I would say that for all the different companies, we had the most interactive table. So
it was a lot of fun.
First of all, we do want to thank Nick and Polymaker for helping us get there and giving us the opportunity.
Thank you.
Because it was an amazing experience for all four of us that were at the booth most of the time. It was a great way for us to like show our teamwork and teach each other different things and share with everyone at MRRF. I guess one of the impressions that we have from being there for Polymaker was that the prizes that we had were kind of a surprise. In preparation for the event, Austin and I both printed a lot of things, including trucks, dinosaurs, my square vases. We had Golsifers, phone stands. I had.
These were a huge hit. And these are available in printables if you want to get them.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Pink's hex jars. I had coasters from RetroMaker, a bunch of RetroMaker coasters. We had the Clock Spring, the K2, and Fix 'em Dude's garage vehicles, and we had a couple other little things, but those were the prizes that people wanted, and people were really excited to take. By Saturday when we were doing the game, by the end of Saturday, all of those prizes were pretty much gone. So it was really neat to be able to print something that people that either that you created or that people that you know created, and give that as a prize that people were really treasuring. We also had Polymaker t-shirts.
We did.
And we had Polymaker filament. But the 3D printed prizes were the top hit. So going forward, I would definitely suggest that we keep that up and find things that people have created. So that was fun.
It was fun because a lot of the giveaways we did were practical, right? They were the storage containers, a functional phone stand, or working cars.
You had a bunch of vases too.
I did. I was
actually on site too.
I was printing just a couple, but I printed on my Rook some of those large base mode prints. So like these things, and I had those out. And people, they were like, "Oh, this is awesome! I want this." So that was a lot of fun. But I think something that really stole the table was definitely the HueForge prints. So this was, I wouldn't say a last minute thing, but it was something that wasn't originally
it was just a thought.
Right. Like, oh, let's bring some HueForge prints and see what we can do. Unfortunately, this one lost its beak on the way back. That's okay, I'll print another one.
Well, and almost all the rest of them are gone.
Yeah, so I gave away most of the prints. People were literally trying to hand me money to buy them. Like, how much do you want from these? I'm like, well, I need these for display, but if you come back at the end, I'll give away my extras. But if you are looking to get into HueForge, just know that there is a demand. Whatever the demand is, there is one. So it's a great time to look into it.
Yeah, and so the line that we used for most people was, they said, "Oh, can I buy this?" I said, "You can make this."
Right.
And so I would say, you can make this, and not only can you make this, here's the QR code for the software. When you purchase a software, the equivalent of the license that you have, at this point, you'll get a voucher for Polymaker filament. And so it was sort of a double deal, and people were scanning the code, taking pictures of the code, and coming back every single day to talk about it. They were bringing people to our table to show them the HueForge. They were touching, because it's a thin print. They were examining the prints.
The comments that I got multiple times were, it's a lot different in person. Like, some people are watching the stream right now, you probably saw them in person, and it's a lot different because I can show you this all day long, but until you see it up close in person, it's like, wow, this is really amazing. So, and
explaining it's this many layers of this, and you had your computer open and you were showing people the way that it was sliced and the way that it that
had HueForge running worked. That was cool.
People were thrilled. People thought it was the greatest thing, and like I said, it actually had a couple people convinced that they wanted to start 3D printing. So
not only that, but the promotion with Polymaker, that was kind of like the icing. So people were going to let's say, okay, I want this, I'm gonna buy it, and then we gave them by the way, if you buy this, you get free filament for however much you spend it, because everyone was in the US, so we could say that you get in the US or Canada, you get free filament. And they were like, well, I'm getting this right now. This is crazy. Because you're buying the filament that you're already going to buy anyway in the US and Canada. And you get this free software that can do incredible things. I actually had some people go home, buy it, kind of look at it, and then come back and ask questions. Because it isn't the most straightforward thing to do. It's a little bit complex, but once you understand what you're doing, it's like, okay, I can I can do this.
No, and I even showed examples of like this. I said this was a mistake. This was something that I was playing around, and I said, look how beautiful this one is. So that was a really neat part too. And don't forget that the very first interview with Steve from HueForge was right here on Zee and Zed.
It was. That was a good one.
We have our finger on the pulse of 3D printing.
I didn't even have the software at that point. Like, we were just seeing what it could do.
We just thought it was really cool.
We just thought it was amazing because, like everyone else at the table, it's a new technology that's going to have some very, very cool practical applications.
Mm-hmm.
One of the thoughts that I had just recently is, what if, the back of your phone case could be a HueForge-ish print, just throwing that out there. But stuff like that, people haven't thought about some of these things yet, or maybe they have and they're trying to keep it secret because they're going to make a lot of money selling these prints online.
Yeah, and so so people understand, we mentioned it, when you purchase the software license, you will receive it by email a voucher for Polymaker filament at the equivalent amount. So if you do purchase the full license,
if you live in the US or Canada.
Yeah, if you live in the US or Canada. And so if you purchase the full license, which I think is $175, the lowest price is $12, which is extremely reasonable for
the early access
license.
Costs as well.
The early access, then you would get a $12 voucher for Polymaker filament. So yeah. So on the Polymaker table, we also had some printers running. So you had what?
I brought the Rook 2020 that I actually brought that one to Rocky Mountain as well. And I brought it back. I did some upgrades to it and then brought it back to MRRF. It was a perfect little printer to bring because even though it did get damaged in my suitcase, I was able to print it by, fix it by printing off prints at the event. And it really showed kind of what RepRap can do, right? This very basic little machine with some 2020 extrusions. You can make a really good printer. So I got a lot of questions on the Rook, and it was fun to have it printing at the event. Like, it's a RepRap Festival. You should bring a printer. Yeah. And something that's a little less RepRap, but also very important, is we had a P1P. So Nightcore brought his P1P, and we were actually printing QR codes to put on the table because we forgot those. And he was actually printing some open air ASA just for testing, and it worked out very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to see your materials being printed on the table.
Yeah.
I didn't see any other filament company do that, right? They just had filament, but nothing was being printed.
Yeah, and we also, like as we mentioned, we distributed filament during the event to share with people, and they were thrilled because a lot of people came to the show. They either built a printer or they realized, oh my goodness, I forgot to bring something. And we were the first booth that was really set up. So people came over and we helped them out. So that was great.
We specifically got some filament that was new, something that was exciting, but also stuff that people at the event would like. We brought a bunch of the new ABS and ASA materials, as well as this, like the Starlights and all the more fun materials. So we're just handing out filament to people to print. That was awesome.
You also participated with both the death and the drag racers, correct?
I didn't do drag racers.
Okay, you didn't
but I did have my death racer.
There were plenty of Polymaker sponsored drag racers.
I have what's left of mine. In fact, this still works fine. But obviously a few pieces broke off, and
just a few.
It needs to be fixed again. I'll probably retire that version that makes something new for whatever the next event I go if they have them. But that was a lot of fun. It was fun having I had a Polymaker side plate and I had a West 3D side plate as well. And it was fun kind of representing those two companies.
Yeah, Zerno, I guess we are live on Twitch, and there's a couple of questions. There were several filament companies, and maybe we'll, like I said, we had Polar, we had Filament One, Josh from Alien 3D had all sorts of companies represented.
All the filament.
Who else was there? We had Atomic, IC3D. Cookie CAD, Protopasta. Yeah, there were quite a few companies there, and some of them had stuff for sale, and some of them didn't.
Greengate,
We
TH3D.
had lots. Oh, Greengate. Yeah. So we had lots of filament going around. Like I said, I ended up with 8 spools of filament somehow. So you know,
I got the 2.
I put
2.
lots of samples. So yeah.
Actually, one of them wasn't even from the main event.
Oh yeah. So I guess we can talk about that. We both attended the an event hosted by Creality, which was really fun. It was Creality Share Fest, and the neat thing about the Creality Share Fest is that there were people that brought their projects, brought their 3D prints, and we were able to see what they were showcasing, and they some people that we know won prizes, including of course our in-house designer K2 Kevin. He did the 1000% MakerDeck logo in Polymaker colors.
That.
Yes, like that. That's 500%, so 1000%.
It was big.
I'll show that in the slideshow in a minute. And he won what was it? He won a printer.
Ender 5 S1.
The Ender 5
so like
S1.
The big boxy printer.
Yeah. So that was really cool. And then we had other people that won filament, really good food, and it was fun.
It was very refined for what I had zero expectations going in. Like I didn't know what to expect, but Creality kind of blew, I think, everyone's expectations for what they can do to put together an event. And you know, if you're like, oh, Creality, but seriously, this was very well put together, and I feel like they're trying to kind of
here we go.
reintroduce himself into the community a little bit, because they've kind of fallen down, and really they're starting to do a good job. So I'd like to see more stuff like that, more involvement in the communities, and I'm excited to see what they do next.
Absolutely. So we're going to show a little bit of a slideshow here. Austin has no idea what's going on, so
nope, I didn't make this.
Obviously, if you see in between the two of us, that is the Polymaker logo that was designed and printed on an Ender by K2 Kevin with Polymaker chosen colors. And you can see the rook in the background and one of the vases and some of the other things. So, and I'm wearing my Fix 'em Dude shirt. You're wearing your RepCord shirt. So that was actually taken at the airport. The magic of our in-house designer. So next up, there were some of our 3D printing dads. So there's Glendon, Fix 'em Dude, and K2 Kevin with the Polymaker logo. They helped me set up. We were there early enough to start setting up the Polymaker booth. So we started to set up the game and everything. That was really nice, and it was so fun to meet these guys that I've known for years, actually known online, strangers from the internet. I made MakerDeck cookies. So I had shortbread cookies that I handed out to people. And of course, one of the other things that was handed out to people were the K2 clip necklaces, the lays. And those were really fun to share with people. I think Kevin distributed 250 of them.
Really?
And everyone was asking for them. And yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, I had people coming up to me and saying, where can I get that? I'm like,
yeah,
Polymaker booth.
I will have to make more cookies for Earth. I'll start earlier. I did make them live on my own stream. So if you want to follow me, I'm Pezliz on Twitch. There's me with Fix 'em Dude, and Fix 'em Dude hosted the MakerDeck /Fix 'em Dude table, and that was great. Lots of interaction with people, and handed out a lot of his toys and models. We have, of course, this was actually within the second of Austin and I meeting. It was very humid, excuse the hair. Very humid, but that was us meeting outside of the venue. So that was really fun. Then, here's Digital Dragon. Digital Dragon brought some of his printers He also brought a fixed Prusa Mini for Westery. And it was great meeting him and lots of people that we watched their streams. So that was fun. Then this is the entire Prusa team with their K2 clip lays. So that picture was actually sent to Joe Prusa, and he was impressed. So that's really fun.
That's fun.
And it was neat to have people from Prusa there. I did not get a t-shirt, so they have a chance next time to give me a t-shirt. This is some of our table. So of course, look at all the Gulsifer phone stands.
I should have printed more.
Yeah, I know.
But that's all I could physically fit in my suitcase.
Yeah, and so we had, of course, all the HueForge on the table and Subsector's here, and she said, you missed the decals. No, we didn't. I have a decal.
So many.
It was so great to have. I already have my decal on my little case here. So, yeah. Or decal, whatever you want to call them. But, thrilled to have we had lots of fun swag, but that's some of what we had at our table. Of course, this is part of the Dream Team. So we've got, of course, Zombie Hedgehog, we've got Disturbed Medic, and we've got Nightcore there. And that was just some of the stuff that we had at the table.
Yeah, so I had HueForge up and running, and people could. I had that. I had the model for the hummingbird for people to see, like, oh, this is available in printables.
Yeah, and people were thrilled. People loved it. All right, and of course, you can see in the back the Tin Can Alley game. So we had the Tin Can Alley game that was very popular, and of course, Disturbed Medic and Nightcore ran that like crazy. They were fantastic. There's more of the HueForge on the table, and again, people really wanted to buy those prints. So it was pretty fun. There's part of the Dream Team again. So this is the team that part of the team that Polymaker sent. So there's the three of us with our Polymaker shirts on and all of our items. And then of course we got to meet some friends. There we are with BC and Nomi and K2. Then, of course, some of my favorite content creators, Akuma Mods, Matt, and, of course, Jim, Nerdy J, and Filament Stories, Courtney. Fantastic people. And then, of course, me with Fix 'em Dude and Nerdy J. So that was fun. Then, I also met Luby, who hasn't been around for a little while, and I found out that she uses a lot of Polymaker filament. The skull that she's using there is in the natural white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she loves it. So I said that I was going to connect her. That's one of the things that we did at this show that we haven't mentioned is Austin and I especially went around to all the different booths and connected people with Polymaker or made those connections. So Luby is an amazing designer, so it'll be fun to see. Oh, and actually, I think the that is for the crow or the raven. That's dark blue. That's dark blue filament, metallic.
Yeah,
dark
the dark blue.
Yeah. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully, get in touch.
And of course. Yeah, and one of the people that we met there was Darth Gallum. And Darth Gallum, of course, I call him Teach because he is a fantastic teacher for STEM education. So he had a whole display for his school and their projects. And that's another person that we're going to connect with Polymaker a little bit further.
Yeah,
so
he was fun to meet, and he was showing off some of the projects that the students have made and explaining it. It's a lot different in person, even though I watch his streams. It's just different, very different.
Yeah, and so he was there with Stone. Yeah, it was Stone Monkey Research too. So
yeah,
that was really fun. It was fun to go around. Silver Sunbeam was there. There were lots of. I met Silver Bear. If I miss someone's name, please. There were a lot of people. So those are things off the top of my head. Yeah. Of course, 3D Printy, Joe was busy the entire weekend with showing off all of his projects, his puzzles, and everything with kids. It was so interactive. It was so fun to see him fully in his element. It was a really cool experience to see someone who is so talented and just does things for the sake of doing them.
He had one of the most prepared booths. Like the amount of time he spent on it, probably one of the most, besides the people who made these giant prints.
Yeah, and the kids loved it.
Yeah,
so.
He had his whole entire printy pipes, like multiple bins of them, and people were putting together these massive structures.
And if you see over that girl's shoulder, there's the birthday hat on the snowman. That was my, that was done actually just in time for Zombie's birthday. So
yeah,
that's kind of fun. And we got to hang out with Joe too, and it was really great. Yeah, his table was so busy, but we got to see him on Sunday evening finally. Okay, and there's part of the dream team again. As you can see, how big the space was. That's with Joel and James and me. It was very humid and very hot and lovely. So we had lots of fun together, lots of laughs, lots of Uncrustables. And
Uncrustables very good.
Yeah. So that was fun. Of course, there's the Creality event. You were showing off your rook. There was Sam.
My print that I brought was the whole rook. But that did not win, unfortunately.
No. And there's Kuma Mods and Sam Prentice, and there's some of the little prizes we got. It's a miniature coffee grinder and fun little swag. Like I said, we got t-shirts and stuff like that. And then, of course, as I mentioned, our in-house designer, K2 Kevin, won that Ender 5. So he had lots of pictures taken and was able to take home, and he's already assembled the printer and has it printing, so that's pretty fun.
I wonder if we'll see anything from that show, like from Creality, because I don't think
they
we really
had a lot of cameras.
They had a lot of cameras.
Yeah, so, and as you can see, he's
something.
more than a clip. There you go. Oh, and there's us at the very end of the days. So yes, Kevin also got to give a speech. Yes. We both looked a little worse for wear there, but there we are in our Creality Share Fest shirts with the humidity and all of that. But that was so fun. Oh, there you are with 3D Printy. So actually, there's a face reveal for you. He's done one on his channel, I think, before, but that's Joe 3D Printy.
3D Printy.
He's a super nice guy. Super
very,
nice
very
guy.
Nice.
Oh, and there's Joe, and then of course you should know Justin, Brecor Justin, from Rocky Mountain RepRap Festival, and Austin looking very serious. And there we are at the airport saying goodbye. Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
maybe we could do it again sometime.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll be seeing people at ERF. We'll figure all that out, and of course, there'll be other events. But it was for me, this event was it was a homecoming, or even though I've never been to rural Indiana before. It was like a family reunion tailgate. Had lots of fun with people like Tripod's Garage. He was hilarious.
Yeah, people that I wouldn't expect to just hang out with.
Yeah.
Just
who was it? Dan Adams. Dan Adams made jambalaya for everyone, and also kept everybody with cider and all kinds of fun things the whole weekend. There were a couple of really fun people that just that made for a great RepRap experience.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, we got to meet Westry and Mia, and there was a horse show on site. There was all sorts of fun things. People left in a tornado. So
it was really fun seeing everyone who had printers that they built, but in person, like Digital Dragon, got to see his printers and they looked phenomenal.
Oh my goodness, the quality of his printers is
very
just,
very nice. Streaming something you can't really see what they're doing, but in person you can touch it, you can sniff it, you can inspect it, right?
Oh yeah, we were right beside. Our booth was right beside. They were printing what, ABS was it?
They had Oozbot. They had an actively heated printer where the exhaust was on us. Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
We got to see the Hyperdrive booth too. That was awesome seeing everyone part of that team and that community. They brought a bunch of cool printers and stuff that I had some involvement in. Seeing just like renders, seeing it in person was a lot of fun.
And it was really neat to meet so many people that they came up and they said, I love your content. I love your show. I love this. I love that. It's so, it's so great to see you. Or like some people waved across the room. And so I would go up to them and be like, hi, I'm Liz. And they're like, oh, I know who, that was fun.
I immediately got mistaken for Nero. I walk in, I had my hat and like,
Nero needs to wear his apron.
You're right.
There you go.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so
a lot of fun. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for saying hi, and thank you for people who've introduced themselves. I don't think anyone actually introduced themselves like we said. Like, hi, I'm BC. Like, it was nice that everyone had a badge with their name on it, but even then, I have a hard time putting like faces to usernames together.
Did you know who BC was?
I knew who BC was. He's a little hard to miss. But you know what I mean, like random people and people that watch the streams.
Yeah, and it was nice for people. Yeah, and people expressed appreciation for what we do, which was kind of fun, and got lots of interesting feedback for other things. So onward and upward. That's all I can say. I came with such a positive feeling, and the important thing for everyone after an event like this is to harness all that positive energy and put it into making things even better. So we have lots of ideas going forward of what we want to do with Zee and Zed, and of course what we're going to do with our own channels and with MakerDeck and all kinds of things and fun projects. Like come on people. As I reach over, I haven't announced this yet on the stream.
What? Is it edible?
I have a really cool project that I'm going to be working on. And I had a very good conversation, actually, about Polymaker and about the community and all sorts of things with Ellie from Cocoa Press. And Ellie asked if I would like to be a beta tester for Cocoa Press. So I have
not just a beta tester, beta kit tester.
I get to build a printer, and I'm telling you, this is going
LDO.
To be with
LDO printer.
LDO. Yeah. So I have all of the components for this printer. I will not be printing. I will not be building the printer live. I will show different things, but because it's beta test. There's some NDA sort of stuff. I am not going to be sharing all of that, but like this is an example. Like this is how the chocolate is extruded. This is going to be so fun, and I'm really fortunate that, of course, a friend in Canada, Joe from Sparta3D.ca, he has offered to print all of the parts that I need printed for this project. So we're working with Ellie. And I'm very excited because my Cocoa Press printer is going to be periwinkle and pink. So
it'll be very vibrant.
Yeah.
Not just the orange and black everyone's used to seeing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be a really fun project for me this summer. And yes, I'll be printing chocolate soon enough. So you'll get to see some of that. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. And you have some more things in the background there.
I do.
What's going on there?
So, Bamboo did end up sending over 2 additional AMS units, and I just got them working. So we have 12 Keller capacity now. So thanks to Polymaker and Bamboo, I'm able to do some really awesome testing, give feedback on this stuff, and you know, if they can make improvements to these machines, they'd love to hear it.
What a great opportunity. I think
it's really awesome. I cannot wait to make some really big prints. You know, I just did this. It's just a layer change. These are really nice to do because it's just all automated.
It's automated.
So you're able to do little mini ones.
I'm automated with my color swap.
Yeah, you have to do all the stuff manually.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
I'm very happy for you.
I did the Polymaker ring, but in actual rainbow. So it's like
oh, that's awesome.
A rainbow.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
So thank you.
I think it's fantastic. And yeah, we have these really interesting opportunities, and yes, color chocolate swaps. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I will definitely challenge as a beta tester. I will challenge this printer. You know, I will be doing filament clips with chocolate. I'll be doing butterflies. I'll be doing swatch track. I'll do a chocolate swatch track.
Yep. Not the first swatch track from chocolate though.
And of course, I'll have to do a test disc.
And you gotta get the HueForge samples.
Yeah.
See if we can do HueForge with it.
Yeah, I think
actually,
really...
you know what? You could totally use HueForge and just make like the textured print.
That's true.
Wow.
Hey, Mr. Rick says chocolate roses. Yeah, so we're gonna have a list. We'll have wish lists.
Oh yeah.
For this, and of course, since I'm a beta tester, I'm sure there'll be things that I'll be asked to test as well. So, yeah. So we've got some excitement ahead. I mentioned earlier that our friend Printed Visions sent me a whole new hot end for my Prusa, so that's going to be fixed. And my Soval is going well. So yeah, like I said, everything is coming up roses right now. We're very lucky.
Thank you to everyone who's helped support both of us throughout our journey. It's very appreciated. Thank you for watching our streams and giving us suggestions, because this is a lot of fun. I'm glad that we can help you as best as we can, and I don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't a part of this lovely community.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and we can't wait for the next opportunity. But between those times, you know, this is when we all sort of continue sharing our projects, whether it's on MakerDeck or people who are doing their own streams, tweeting and doing all those sorts of things. And as always, with at least with Austin and I, if you have a really cool project, you want us to test print something, you want us to try something out, we're pretty much game anytime to do that.
At least one of us would be.
And there's at least one person that's going to give you a lot of feedback, and another person that's probably going to say, that looks fantastic.
It's a good start.
Exactly. So, yeah. And you know, we've got lots of things to celebrate this summer, and we're going to keep on going.
I can't wait. So stay tuned for more. In the meantime, this has been a lovely Zee and Zed show. My name is Zee.
And I am Zed. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt.
And goodbye. Tune in to the next show. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Cut.
I did that on purpose.
Alright, Kate, this is for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, K2 Kevin. Happy birthday to you. Mute. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Zee and Zed show. My name is Zee.
And I am Zed. We are at
O'Hare.
And
Where?
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we are leaving MRRF, and I am leaving with something special. Not this thing, but this thing.
LDO! LDO what?
It's a secret.
Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, stay tuned. So we'll be talking about that in a future episode. This Wednesday, actually, we're going to do a special episode and recap our weekend at MRRF and talk about projects and what it's like to actually meet strangers from the internet.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right. Until then.
Bye.
Bye.
We can actually do that.
I am Zed.
And I'm Zee.
A biento.
Bye.
It's me. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome to Zombie Hedgehog's channel. I'm just taking over. That's just, what I'm gonna do.